Hello everybody, welcome back to Mr. Magpie's Harmless card game. The largest grouping of Jerry is 4. Is very interesting. I feel like we should start from one end and kind of snake across. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 is the furthest away. These 6 cards are all safe. There are 0 Jerrys in this column, we knew that already. There's one more money to find. We found it. There's a retrigger to find. If it's next to this money card, then it has value. 1, 2, 3, 4. It could be 2, 3. It could be any of this grouping now, and there's no more money to find. Alright, great round. $28. I think I just take more malt. See if we can find something. Oh, yes. Okay, right. Now you're talking. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Statistically, bottom row. Correct. Right. Let's take the vertical here. 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 All right, that's a Jerry. Group synergy. No. There's 2 money cards left. 2 of 8 cards are Jerry. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Doesn't help me in the slightest. Probably step away now. Have we seen the $3 card? We haven't seen the $3 card. There's 1 Jerry in the corner. Okay, so that's 1, 2. This is 3. So we now have 1 in 4 shot of finding Jerry. There's the good money card. We're out. $44. You know what I'm doing, right? More malt. More cash. Group synergy. It's going to be great. Eventually. One of the rows contains all the Jerrys on the board. There's a chance it's this one. I'm going to start on things that have lots of... Oh no, we don't have sticky stuff, so we don't care about necessarily having ones with all the neighbors. It is that one. Huge. We don't really care then how else we select the cards. We're just going to select them all in time. Nice. Great round. Sticky pills. I got the thrills for the pills. The man who asks a question is a fool for a minute. The man who does not ask is a fool for life. Really deep, deep stuff there. Reroll once. When you flip a malt card on the right hand of the board, reactivate it. Yeah, I'll grab that. So, 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. We want to flip malt on the right half of the board first. That's huge. Times 12 already. There's still 2 pills to find. There are 0 Jerrys in this row. There are 2 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. So that's a Jerry, that's a Jerry. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. So that's 1, and then 2 of these. Right, 1. 2. Alright, that's everything. Why not? $226 already is pretty big. Grab that, obviously. And I'll grab one of those and just cruise on in. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. So that's 2 of the Jerrys accounted for out of those 4 cards. Starting on the right, because that's where our malts re-trigger. There's more money to be found on one of these cards because of group synergy. I'm gonna look for more pills first. Alright. There's the group synergy for 50 bucks. That's very big. So, there's one Jerry adjacent to this card, which is these. One Jerry adjacent to eyes, which is those. So that's free. That's free. That's free. Smooth sailing so far. When an eye opens, flip a random hint. When the round begins, flip a random hint. Let's sell stacked cash, take looking for info, take another hint card. Oh, you opened my eye. Interesting. There are more Jerrys to the right than to the left. There is 0 in this column. Now, I want to play the right for my multipliers, but there's more Jerrys over here, which is unideal. I'll take it. One of these is money. Interesting. 2 on the column of that. 0 in the corners. Should have done that ages ago. Alright, we'll stop there, and then hopefully we can win tomorrow. Let's just take all of this. When you complete a column, your perks gain 3. No thanks. 2 Jerrys on the board is humongous. 1 adjacent to that card. Alright, we're gonna win. We won in spectacular fashion. We still have a shield. Oh, there's only 2 Jerrys. 0 adjacent to eyes. Here's the thing, with 2 shields and 2 Jerrys, doesn't matter. Alright, get me out. $2,600 to spare. He's got his moustache on. Five accrued time, very strong. 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. 1 Jerry in this column. One in this column, 1 adjacent to eyes, then 1 of these 2. That one. We've seen the $3 card. We got lucky. We got lucky twice. Page of pills. After flipping all that malt, gain 2 malt. I think I'm just going to take another malt on board. This is just getting harder and harder to get rid of over time, but hey, it is what it is. 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. There's 1, 2, 1 here. No Jerrys adjacent to each other. We've not seen the $3 card yet. It's worth 15 to me. I would like to see it. There it is. When you flip a malt in a corner, upgrade it. When the round begins, flip a hint. Sure. There are 0 Jerrys in the corners of the board. Malt. 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 God. 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. There is one Jerry adjacent to this card. So that means one of these columns is safe. And one could have two. That's one column. That's two columns. No more money to find. There's a retrigger to find, but I don't think it's worth very much to me. It was not. Sticky cash. Yeah. 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 I do like sticky cash. Largest group of Jerry is 2. There is 1 in this column, so it could be a pair. There is 1 Jerry in this row. Okay, so there's a Jerry in this row. If it's one of these, it's not the group of 2, because there would be 2 in this row. There's 1 in this column, so I'm leaning towards it being higher. Well, there's that. Drugs in the corner get upgraded. That's a Jerry. That could be a Jerry, that could be a Jerry. That's all the money cards. There's a retrigger. If this is the 2, it's 1 and 1. If this is the 2, that can't be the 2, so it has to be that's the 2, and this is a 1 and a 1. What? Oh, there's 2 groups of 2. That's how they get me. That's what my brain wasn't processing in that whole moment. I thought it had to be 1, 1 and 2, not 2 and 2. Okay. Trigger everything to the right. And I'm trying to get hidden info working for me. 4 columns have a Jerry. The largest group of Jerry is 2. Nice. I'll take that. Four columns have a Jerry. Largest group is 2. No more money to be found, no more retriggers to find. Pills in corners are all spent, so nothing more to do there. More pills. More to the right triggers. There are 2 Jerrys adjacent to this card. 3 columns have at least 1. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. So one of these is... Or it could be... Yeah, hold on. Hold on. 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes could be one of those. There are 2 Jerrys adjacent to this card. So it can't be both of these, because then the eye would have 2 adjacent to it. And there's only 1 adjacent to eyes, so this is safe. There are 2 Jerrys adjacent to this card, so it's this and one of those. Interesting. Alright, well we can cruise through the rest of this then. Not terrible. Left-handed. When you flip a money card on the left half of the board, reactivate it. So we could do drugs on the right, money on the left. I'd love to get rid of this loan now. It's at 89. Jeez. I don't have 30. Dummy. Largest group of Jerrys is 3. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners of the board. There are more Jerrys to the right of this than to the left of this. So, those 2. Those are Jerrys. No? The largest group of Jerrys is 3. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners of the board. There are more Jerrys to the right of this. Does it have to be that then? I think it has to be that. And then the rest of this is just safe. Oh, that's a group of 3. And that's a Jerry in a corner. I'll take it as a solid round. Though the week is getting on, or the day is getting on, isn't it? It's a bit riskier. We could sell the loan, but we still have an open slot. But then the loan's only going to get bigger, so... But also this guy's here, and that guy just works. So, there's that. Give me that. We can try and get rid of some of that loan value over time. 0 Jerry's adjacent to eyes is lovely, because that means we can get more stuff on the right-hand side of the board first. Great. 2 Jerrys in this row. No Jerrys adjacent to each other. Okay, 13x. And money on the left-hand side of the board is going to reactivate. There are 2 Jerrys in this row, so these 3 cards are safe. 248. It's probably time to sell that before more interest gets charged. That's safe. There's 2 money cards. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other, so it can't be this and this or this and this. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. Should learn to read better. 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. We've already dealt with that. So, basically, do we look for the 1 money card among these 3 cards? Seems like a bad option. Okay, 3 days. More pills. When you flip a lonely multiplier, reactivate it. Sure. Give me that as well. 3 rounds left. Yeah, I know. 4 columns have a Jerry. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. There is only 1 Jerry in this row. Terrible place for that. The largest grouping of Jerrys is 2, so that could be 1. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. There's 1 Jerry in this row. Oh, crunchy fingers. So 1 of these 2. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. Okay, well. That's a Jerry, that's a Jerry, that's a Jerry. The largest group of Jerry is 2. It's either that one or that one. This is safe. This is safe. The pill isn't worth spending a life on to find. Let's do dosage up. When you sell another perk worth $15, all face-up mult gets improved. When you flip a multiplier, all perks gain 1 info desk. Right, sell info desk, take doses up, and be ready to sell aggressively to improve those, perhaps. We are not going to get a promotion, unfortunately. It's a shame. There's 1 Jerry in the corners of the board. Terrible. Really bad. There's only 3 Jerrys on the board. That's 1. There's 1 adjacent to eyes. 3 columns have a Jerry. There's 1 in the corners. There's 1 adjacent to eyes, which is that one. So that's safe. We have a shield. So this is a Jerry. Do I care about completing the row? I don't think I do. When you sell a perk worth 15, upgrade all face-up malt. Alright. Our malt is now really good for what might be the final round of our attempt here. At the start of the round, gain +2 malt for each empty perk slot. After the deal, flip me up. Why would you do that to me? Do we dare try this? There's 1 Jerry in the corners. 1 of the rows has no Jerrys. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. Alright, our multiplier is massive, but our cash options are not. There's 2 pills left. I was hoping we might group synergy those. But that means this and this are free. Not that it helps me. We are probably not getting there. At the beginning of the round, gain multiplier for each perk that starts with the letter 3. 360 no scope, whatever it's called. Sticky cash. Corner office. When an eye opens, reactivate cards in the top row. Five in 6 chance we lose. Oh! We have a shot. We have to get 500 bucks today. When an eye opens, flip a random hint. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. When an eye opens, flip a random hint. 2 columns have at least 1 Jerry. There are only 2 Jerrys. And we have 2 shields, so... How else do we want to operate? No! When an eye opens, activate non-eye cards in the top row. Why did I do that? Because I was looking for the hint, wasn't I? $64. 29x. Right, there's 1 money card left to find, 2 pills. Oh, we get there. We get there so close to our ending here. We get 1 whole pip on promotion. And we start again. There's 1 Jerry in the corners of the board. There are 0 Jerrys in this row. The largest group is 2. If there's one in the corner, and it's that one, this can't be a group of 3, so that's safe. There's still 3 money cards to be found on a 4x. The eye opens. There's one in the corner, so it's one of those 2. We found this one. I thought it might be. 1, 2. One of the corners is safe. This is also a Jerry, because that makes 3. And 1 in a corner. The largest group is 2, so that's those, so that's safe. We get $4. Good work. Let's take money. Retriggering. And is there... Oh, group synergy! You know I love to see it. There are no Jerrys adjacent to eyes. We've got 2 shots for that to be a group synergy. Big group it could be. One of the rows has no Jerrys. I predict the bottom row. Wow. Wow! 3 columns have at least 1 Jerry. Thank you for the group synergy. Do we get out now? There's no more money to be found. We can't group synergy pills. We're out. Pill dispenser. When a round begins, flip a multiplier card. I like it. Get a little nest egg. There is 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. I couldn't have ever known. There's 1 Jerry in this row. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. Wait for me to find out that there's 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. We got a chance for group synergy. One money left. Oh dear. Well, there's one next to I. There's one down there, so it wasn't the money card. Another group synergy. Sell the loan before it gets worse. Take the group synergy. And all to the right or all adjacents. Give me an all to the right. It's more expensive, therefore it must be better. I'm also going to break room real early here. I assume that these are from my deck and that I will now have $4 money cards. No, only the one. Weird. Another group synergy. This is getting silly. When activated, upgrade me. Yes. 2 health. Humongous group synergies. 4 columns have at least 1 Jerry. When a round begins, flip a malt card. Wow. More hints, please. Right, we have 3 shots at finding the pill for a group synergy. We do. Beautiful. Look at how big they got so fast. There's 1 money card left at a ×9. Is it worth trying to spend a life to find one? Alright. We got lucky. Oh my god. It has to be done. Is that not the most synergistic group you ever saw? I just find sticky pills? Alright. Everything is amazing. There are 3 Jerrys in the corners of the board. That's humongous. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. There's a retrigger left. Oh, it was a right pointer up the top corner. What do I change? Basically nothing, right? We just get more malt, more money. There's no reason to change anything right now. 1 Jerry in the corners. Largest group is 2. There are an equal number of Jerrys to the left and right of this hint. Sticky pills doing very little for me. There's 2 to the left, 2 to the right. There's 1. Alright. Done. 701. Give me another money card. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners of the board. Thank you. If we find any money now, we win, basically. That's rough. There's 2 in the corners, though, so we know, like, tons of the rest is safe. Yeah, we got $6,000. Give me my promotion. That's fine. Don't care about any of those. So, you've been promoted. See? Queen of Cash. I'd like to be able to check that it's not banned first, or an extra life. I don't know what Queen of Cash does. Yeah, really not sure. But I think just extra life probably what we go for. Like, the extra life just lets us kind of be greedier, I guess. It would be nice to know what the other card is, or like the effect of the other card. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. $1. $1. $3. That's bad. I think the better perk could be 1 extra shield. Honestly. 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. We found all the money. That's all that matters. Oh, I guess we could do columns. Yeah, it's worth looking for. 1 of the rows has no Jerrys. It's going to be this one. We can get a Jerry, but also get $5 for doing that. 27. When activated, apply my effect twice. That sounds pretty good to me. Anything good on 5 here? Nest egg, self-directed. I'll take a nest egg. There are 2 Jerrys in the corners of the board. Nice to see malt first. That's a Jerry. There is 1 Jerry in this row, while then the rest of the row is free. There's 1 in this column. That's one of the ones in the corners. There's a retrigger. Not there. We can't retrigger next to our money. Apart from this one, maybe. So the rest is pretty useless to us. There's a Jerry in this column. One of those 2 is a Jerry. But I'll I'll wait on my health to be more useful in a later spot. $23 is not a lot. Take a temporary one of those. When you complete a row, flip all malt cards. There are 2 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. Well, that did not help me. There's 1 Jerry in this row. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. Right, this flips all malts for the cost of that. There's 1 Jerry in a corner. That one. There's one. There's one. There's 1 Jerry in this row. You know that. There are 2 adjacent to eyes. We know that. So we're just punting, but there's 3 money cards left with $6, 6x malts. So just do that. $68 is a nice place to be. We probably get rid of the loan, ? When an eye opens, flip a random malt. Hint, hint, and... do the hint and the hint, and the retrigger, and a fortune cookie. Don't get rid of the loan yet. Flip all the hints. There are no Jerrys in this column. There's 1 adjacent to eyes. There are no Jerrys adjacent to each other. They're an equal number to the left and right of this hint. Right, we want to finish this row. Wow, that was the only malt to be found. Rough. Horizontal integration not being incredible. This is safe because there's an equal number to the left and the right. 1 next to the eyes. 0 in this column. There's 1. That's real mediocre on retriggers. There's 2. There's 3 and 4. We're done. $87 dues. It's Thursday. Thursday already. That's nice. I'll take one of you. When you flip a multiplier, all perks gain 1. When you complete a column, upgrade money in it. Still want to complete rows. One of the rows has no Jerrys. Great news. Not that row. Okay. All of our malts are up. When you complete a column, upgrade the money cards in it. 4 columns have a Jerry, so that's not one. The largest group of Jerrys is 2. Could be those 2. Could be those 2. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. We can't know if this is a money card. Oh, if we complete this, we upgrade this money card. Really pushing your luck, aren't you? Am I? Am I really? Oh, okay. We sell the nest egg for this, for sure. Give me that as well. Fortune cookie stapler. Fortune cookie with stapler attached. When you sell this perk, flip all hints. When you sell this perk, attach the rightmost perk in the shop to the leftmost perk in the shop. When you finish a column, reactivate it. I can't afford this, which is a damn shame. With vertical feedback, it would be very nice. Let's take another nest egg. 6 hints. It's quite a lot. There's one Jerry in the corners of the board. We want to do 2 of a column before doing the 3rd of a column so that vertical feedback has the best chance of improving money. Case in point. There are more Jerrys to the left than to the right. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. Get upgraded. Get upgraded. Get upgraded. 1, 2. There are more to the left. So it could be 2, 1 under and 1 right. There's 1 in a corner. But there's no more money to be found. Is there a global retrigger out there? Not that I can figure it out with the data I have, I think. This didn't take the one to the right, which suggests this could be an enemy card. There are more Jerrys to the left than to the right. Well, there could be 3 and 0 or 2 and 1. 0 in this column. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. We haven't seen it yet. Yeah, we can't know. Ah, what a shame. Give me this. Let's do a break room. Do I have... I can't make $100. What a shame. Sticky cash. I completely forgot about horizontal integration, if I'm honest. This loan is now 107, and it's just going to get worse and worse. You know what? Let's be really silly and do that. When a round begins, gain mult for each common perk. When you purchase this perk, this gains 10 sell value. When you purchase a perk. Alright, well, things are getting weird. One of the rows has no Jerrys. You'd love to hear it. There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to eyes. Right, there's the last of our mult. There is 1 in this column. One of the rows, we've exhausted that. The largest group of Jerrys is 2. Could be here. Could be there and there. We still have 1 health left. There's 2 money cards left. That upgrades 1 nicely. Let's sell this loan. Largest group of Jerrys is 2. Either has to be this or this, because it can't be a group of 3. Oh, is that our global retrigger again? Oh, there's 1 Jerry in this column. So it's one of these that's safe. Incredible. When an eye opens, reactivate cards to its right. When a round begins, flip a money card. When you purchase a perk, give this $10 of sell value. Buy. Sell. Buy. Sell. When you flip Jerry, reactivate adjacent cards. Buy. Sell. When you flip a malt card, reactivate all other malt cards. That's the ticket. I'd like to see more malt cards, but you know, it is what it is. When you purchase this perk, upgrade the next shop. Printing always be closing money. And some sticky pills. Honestly, with sticky pills, we probably don't need horizontal integration. When you purchase this card, your perks gain $10 of sell value. Stocks, when you complete a row, your perks gain $10 of sell value. When you purchase this, your perks gain $10 of sell value. 60 is kind of a lot, though. Well, there's $125. Rerolls 128, excuse me? That bomb is ticking. Yeah, I know. Right, what are we working with? As I try and warm up my hands. When you complete a column, upgrade money in it. When you purchase a perk, this gets value. When you flip a malt card, reactivate all other malt cards. When you flip a malt card, flip open adjacent face down malt cards. There's no stickered hint here, which is rough. We didn't draw any of our stickered hints. There is one Jerry adjacent to eyes. Okay, well, we can just do this then. There's two hints and a money. I don't think we're going after that right now. We only need to get to like $800 given this situation. That's worthwhile. That's worthwhile. Q, absolutely not. Reroll 2. An eye opens, flip a random hit. Let's take this guy. And that guy. And go. So we only need to get to $700-ish. No eye. There's one Jerry in the corners. That didn't take that side, so... could be the Jerry up there. There are no Jerrys adjacent to each other. That's all of our pills. There are 0 Jerrys in this column. One Jerry in the corner. No Jerrys are adjacent to each other. There is one Jerry adjacent to this card. There are 3 re-triggers available. If we're going to make it through this Thursday, we have one more day. I feel like finding one of our global re-triggers would be a big difference maker. There's one Jerry adjacent to this card. Yes, there's one Jerry in the corners. I think it might be that one. 0 in this column. No Jerrys adjacent to each other. Okay. I'm gonna leave now. Okay, those were right pointers. You sell another perk worth 15 plus upgrade or face up money. Interesting. When you flip money on the left, reactivate it. Oh, we need to do like $600 right now. 0 Jerrys in the corners. When you flip money on the left hand of the board, reactivate it. So we should do the right hand of our board as a priority. That didn't reveal something, so that is a Jerry. There's 0 Jerrys in this column. Too much money on this side, man. Too much money on this side. There's one other Jerry, which I hadn't realized yet. So... okay. Getting closer. There's no reason for me to open this card to try and upgrade anything, is there? I could do this one and upgrade this money again. $500. 5, 6, 7, 8. We are not there. And we'd have to face another bomb risk going off. Because I can't make this worth more than the cost of the re-rolling in stuff, can I? There's no way we get another 5 and 6 chance again. $255, 800, 830, 860-ish. Mega loan. Wow. Unbelievable. Increased exit cost for Friday. We want to try and get the win. We've got so unbelievably lucky today. There is one Jerry in the corners of the board. Great. There are 3 Jerrys in this row. Alright, well this is all free then. We have 1 shield left. 4 columns have a Jerry. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One of them is a retrigger. Retrigger wouldn't have gotten us anything unless it was the one next to the money. Let's take a pill and a nest egg. There is 1 Jerry adjacent to this card. Good. Love that for me early. Largest group of Jerrys is 3, so that's not 1. There's 1 of these 2, and a group of 3 over here. Well, it's either this. This is definitely a Jerry, for sure. Now, what's left? That, which gets us some stat cash value, so it was worth hunting. There's a hint on one of these 2 cards, which I do not care about. $47. We could sell the loan right now. I'm going to take the consultant and see how we go. Hopefully consultant turns into something incredible. One of the rows has no Jerrys. It's that one. Nice. 2 money to find. Keep working on the columns for the stat cash value. There's no more money to find, no more retriggers to find, so we're out. We could sell the loan now. I'll sell the nest egg as well. That lets me buy hidden cash and a pill. So we really want to see cash in corners. There are 2 Jerrys in this row. Well, that's all of our money found. Columns can give us value. Retriggers aren't going to give us any value, probably, apart from maybe if this was one. But there's 2 Jerrys in this row. We found them both, so we can do that. 4 rows have at least 1, so it's 1, 2, 3 of one of those, and 1 of these, or those 2 are free, but nothing worth finding there. Consultant, after 1 more round. When eye opens, flip random malt. I'm going to take more malt and a hint. Pity. When a round begins, gain malt for each common perk. That's alright. Shame it doesn't trigger till next round, but sure. There's 1 Jerry in this row. There is 1 Jerry in the corners. Okay. 1 in the corners and 1 in this row. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all of this is safe. This is safe. There's 1 in this row and 1 in the corners. Still 2 money cards left to find. One money, 1 Jerry. More money, more pills. I'm a big fan. A 3rd hidden cache. Let's... This is worth 4 malts to me. And if we can find cash in the corners, it's going to get very big very fast, which I'm a fan of. 4 columns have a Jerry. That's nice. Finding those early. We got 5 pills, 6 cash to find, which is a lot. 1 of the rows has no Jerrys. There's 1 Jerry adjacent to eyes. Okay, so whichever one doesn't have it, the other one has all the freebies. That's a $7 card now. Right, this is the free one. That's a Jerry. 1 of the rows has no Jerrys, we know that. 4 columns. 1, 2, this is free. 3, 4. There's a money card and a malt card to be found. Do I risk health on this right now? A 50-50 shot. No, it's not, because we know that this is a Jerry. So 1, 2, 3, then 3 in 1 money card. Let's not waste a health on it. $13 we missed out on. When you flip money in a corner, upgrade it. When you flip money, how big's our money now? 131172. After flipping all money, gain money. When a round begins, flip a malt card. When eye opens, flip money. When eye opens, flip malt. Take those. Do I want sticky cash? When you flip a column, flip a random money. When you flip money, I don't... Sticky cash seems worse to me because we don't get as many chances to increase our multiplier thirst, you know? There are 0 Jerrys adjacent to this card. Nice to find the malt early, not nice to find the re-triggers early. 1. There's one Jerry in this row. We found him. 0 adjacent to eyes. 3 columns have a Jerry. So one of the columns is a double Jerry. No, there's only 3 Jerrys in total. So 3 columns are single Jerrys. $99 is humongous. 63 is also pretty big. 1, 2, 2 money cards left at 10x. I think they're the small money cards because we've already seen the 11 and the 7. So I'm inclined not to hunt as aggressively. Yes. Yes. We have to get to 1999 value. Make it rain automation. When you pass 100, upgrade all face-up money. When the round begins, gain 1 mult for each face-up card. Just the 1. Group synergy. It's definitely better. When you flip a Jerry, give the face-up card below a random sticker. Sure, and you know what? I'll take a melon party as well. 4 Jerrys. There are more Jerrys to the left than to the right. There's 1 Jerry in this row. Okay, money gains are increasing fast to get through the Friday. There's 1 Jerry in the corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well. Not bad. Here's the thing, right? Melon Party, after flipping up all non-Jerry cards, heal 1. So either we heal to 3, or we go down to 1 up to 2. Magic. We need 1999 to get out of here. Anything incredible? At the start of the round, gain +1 for each reroll in the last shop, currently 2. Letter B for Band-Aid. How much is this worth in Loop In? Sticky pills. Alright, we'll stop there. Pick up the pace. I think I'm going to be fine, buddy. I think I'm going to be fine. Sticky pills. 3 Jerrys. There's 1 of them. There's 2 of them. That's bad. Alright. I think we're going to be fine. We are fine. We're done. Smashed it, mate. Congratulations. I'm so happy for you. You've earned this. You won! Congratulations. Come join us on Discord to share your accomplishment. Alright, thank you guys ever so much for watching. That is our 2nd win, I believe, for now. Thank you ever so much for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe for more. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.